Okay, it is now time to get started. We're going live. We're going live. I want to welcome you to Goodwood University office hours. Glad you could join us here. If you could, please go into the chat. Let me know who you are, where you're representing. My name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and this is what we do around here. We help guys with their sexual health, their sexual performance, and relationships. And basically, when it comes down to it, if you need help with that, we got you covered. So, what we're going to talk about today is something that's really near and dear to just about everybody's heart, which is how do you get out of this situation if you're having problems with erectile dysfunction, weak erections, poor erections, you're trying to get better. Yeah, it takes some work. It takes some work to get better, and we're going to tell you exactly what you need to know. So, yeah, just go ahead and hit me up in the chat section if you have any questions. Yeah, when it comes down to it, this is what we've been studying for the past 23 years, how to help guys just like you. Whatever situation you're in, young, old, skinny, fat, whatever the situation is, we've come across it already, and we are here to help you. So let's get into it because today what I want to talk about is how to go from a five. This is my own personal testimony. How I went from a five to where I'm currently now as a nine in terms of sexual health performance. And that's on the sexual performance scale. We're going to talk about that, get you acquainted to that, and what you can use with that information so you can actually get to that next level. So today I'm going to be talking about that and basically, how I changed my mindset, the lifestyle, all of those different things to get to the point where I went from being completely unreliable to now, hey, when I want something to work, it works. At 52, feeling like I'm having sex like a 25-year-old, feeling like I'm 35, still more steps to go. Like I said, I'm at a nine. I'm gonna tell you how to get to a 10, that one magical step that's left for me and what you need to understand. I do want to give a shout out to all 179,000 yes, 177,000, jumping the gun a little bit. Subscribers that we have, I want to thank you all. If you haven't, go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff, so we can get some more of this information to you. And with all that said, let me go ahead and just hop into it because, like I said, we're talking about the sexual performance scale. If you're not familiar with that, we talk about that all the time around here, and that is when you're on that scale from 1 to 10. 10 means everything works. Think of yourself like a 21-year-old healthy young male. 5 is when you're unreliable. Things, it's a guessing game. You never know what's going to go on. Is going to go on. And when you're at a 1, you need to go to a hospital. You're in ED land. I've talked to guys who are zeros. You don't want to be there. So let's break this down. So when we're talking about, we got an 8, 9, or 10, that means you just different ranges of just being really healthy as far as your sexual performance is concerned. We sort of label it like this: if you have an 8, you have erections on demand. You can just think about something sexual and you have an erection. At a 9, that's spontaneous. It just pops up whenever. Great thing. And a 10, typically we're talking about everything is working all the way into you just having the morning erections as well. That's that's the tipping point. But 10 is subjective. We'll get into that. When we're talking about a 5, 6, and 7, those are the most guys I'm typically dealing with here. Guys who just unreliable for the first time was like, yo, what's going on? You had that time where she came by, everything was supposed to be good. You're supposed to get into it. You didn't get into it. We're like, what happened? And we're gonna break down what did happen and what you can do to get past that. And I talked to a lot of guys who in that 1, 2, 3, 4 range where they have different levels of ED. We're talking about guys who haven't had erections in like 20 years, to guys where it's like it just comes, goes, and you don't know what's going on. So let's go ahead and hop into that because when it comes to being at a 5, that's where I was at. And that meant I was doing all types of things wrong. Now, this is funny as a story as a whole because as a founder of Airs Naturals, we started with the aphrodisiac African fly, which is now Goodwood. When it came down to understanding sexual techniques, I was good because I've been doing it since I was 25. And so, but the thing is, at 52, you learn a lot over this 27 years. So when I was younger, it was just about technique because everything worked. But because I had the secret weapon, I had good wood, I had African fly. I'm sitting there taking it as like, I'm skating by in life because I'm able to just do things, wherever I wanted to. Erections were just there because I had this. But your health, it'll sneak up on you. It'll let you know, like, hey, you know what? That was a good idea. That's all cute and everything that you can switch up. But let me tell you the real switch up. The real switch up. That's when you're that's when you get older and you go from like everything's working to like start slowly slipping and you forget that first time you woke up without that morning erection. It was like, when was the last time I had a spontaneous erection? When was the last time I just thought about an erection, it popped up? That that starts slipping out of your mind. That happens as you get older because your body's changing and your habits tend to change. For me, my habits got to a point where it's like I'm going down to the strip mall, I'm getting a McDonald's, I'm getting a Taco Bell, I'm getting a Popeyes, I'm getting all the bad stuff. The liquor store was there, they had the pizza, the gas station open 24/7, so I could just run down there and grab some cookies in the middle of the night, just whatever. I was doing whatever, and it was showing up. I mean, guys, I couldn't get out of the bed correctly. It was problems. There were problems going on. I couldn't get out of bed. My back was hurting. My knees are hurting. All these things are hurting. If all that's hurting, then your erections are going to be let me not say next. That's what's in line. That's what's going to happen. So you know, I knew I had to get out of that. Now, let me just fast forward, we'll go through the process I went through, but fast forward. Now I'm at a nine. What does that mean? That means like, yeah, like I said, having sex like a 25-year-old, everything just works well. And that's really important in terms of being able to, have fun with your life. The level of confidence is there, not thinking about it at all. These are all the things I want for you in terms of your sexual health. And also, if you could, first of all, for the new people who are coming in, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B. This is Goodwood University office hours. If you could go ahead and leave your information in the chat room. Got any questions, hit me up there. But yeah, when it comes down to doing this, getting to that point where you are nine in life, everything is working. You can dominate. Your testosterone levels are higher. Your health is higher, and that's one thing we never talk about. When we talk about men's sexual health, we're talking about your overall health. Things that you just do on a regular that just become easier. If your sexual health is good, then your skin is probably going to be better. Your eyesight, your mobility, we're just talking about your health. Your erections are a sign of your health. So you need better health in order for all of this stuff to work. So let's talk about really quickly getting to a 10. I'm gonna give you some ideas about getting from a 5 down, keep going up. But when you're at a 10 on the sexual performance scale, that means you're just completely healthy, really. And one of the big things about it, reason why I'm at a 9 and not at a 10, but I feel like I'm 25 years younger, is because of body fat percentage. Truthfully, to be at a 10, you truly need to be at a 15% body fat. Why that number? Well, we're talking roughly, everybody's different, but when it comes down to it, the higher your body fat percentage is, the easier it is for your body to take testosterone and turn it into estrogen. Yes, that's right. That's a thing. Especially as you get older, your body starts turning testosterone into estrogen through a process called aromatase. And why would Mother Nature do this to you? Why would it do it to me? That's because you've been on the planet long enough. Mother Nature is now like, hey, you know what? You should have figured out your patterns, how to eat, how to sleep, how to get your exercise in, and stop stressing, all that good stuff. So Mother Nature's like, hey, I'm letting go. It's now on you for you to take care of your body. You get the energy that you need to go from 0 to roughly 21. Your body's just like pushing energy out of you. And then after that, it's like you need to figure out how to use that energy to get better. And the thing I want guys to recognize is a lot of times we're thinking like, oh, you know what? I'm just fat. I'm just skinny. I'm just this. I'm just that. It's like 25% of your body is your DNA. The other 75% is the patterns, what you do with what you consume, your stress levels, all that good stuff. That's the reason why we talk about patterns. If you're trying to get from where you are, if you have the ED, you're a 5 or something like that, the only way you're going to get to the top is you can take the supplements. I take supplements. I love taking the supplements. They do work. But if you don't change your patterns, the supplements will stop working for you. Like I said before, I was taking more African fly or good wood than anybody on the planet, but still, as I aged, the patterns that I was taking was messing things up. So I feel younger now than I did at 45, and I want that for you too. So, but there we go. The one thing I do want to say though, I want you to make sure you understand that there is no end game to this. This is not Avengers. We're not worried about Thanos snap. None of that stuff. We're not, there's no inception coming. There's no movie about this. The movie does not end. Your life is like, hey, you have to keep going. As I figured out these patterns, the things that I started recognizing is this is not like, you know what, I'm going to get healthy for this month so I can lose weight and I can do this. It's like, no, you have to be like this every day on point. And that's the thing that we teach you how to, measure this. We talk about ECS 25, we talk about your energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and soul. uh, all of that is necessary for you to get to the point where it's like you're just healthy with it. It becomes a lifestyle. It's something you do. Someone told me years ago, "Hey, Brian, you gonna go for a 5 mile walk this morning?" 5 mile walk? I'm not going on 5 mile walk. I do 5 mile walks now. And that helps to get the sunshine, the serotonin, helping out the melatonin so that you can, get your good sleep in. All of these different things figure in together. So it has to be a lifelong journey. So shout out to Neil. What's going on, Neil? Denver in the house. Uh-huh. Deals with dialysis. What tips can you provide? The journey of ED that I feel I may be experiencing. All right. Okay. Basically, with the dialysis, well, we need for you to just get healthier. Period. Before we even get into the ED, because if you're dealing with dialysis, the medications typically you're dealing with a situation where your testosterone is being lowered. So let me know what your age is too. That'd be helpful. But if you're as you get older, your testosterone level is going down. So any disease that you're occurring is going to affect your testosterone. And in order for your testosterone to get back up, you need to have the right information. You need to change the way that your pattern is happening. So how is your eating? I would say this is one of the biggest things that, in America we're dealing with because we're consuming things that are not good for us. We're typically consuming dry food, and you want to be consuming what you are, water. So, when it comes that the reason why we talk about plants and getting plant-based, having a plant-based diet is because those plants are basically water. It's sunshine got captured in a plant. The plant produces a fruit or produces, the vegetable, whatever we're consuming, and that's mainly water. So if you're getting that into your system, your body knows how to heal faster. If you're constantly consuming processed or dried food, you're putting dry stuff into your body, and your body's not functioning correctly. So that's one of the biggest things. Once you dial in your what you're consuming, everything else starts to speed up. People actually eat stuff that makes them stay awake. It's actually you're actually stressing your body. If you look at people who are tend to be just really happy, a huge part of that is their microbiome is happy. What you're eating has made you happy. Eating a bunch of animals, eating a bunch of crackers is going to make you um, it's going to make you have problems. So we talked to Remnant right quick. He says, "Speak to us about the diabetics, diabetes." I'm assuming you're talking about type two. Um, and when it comes to type 2 diabetes, 50% of men who have type 2 diabetes also have testosterone issues. Those two things go hand in hand. And also, you have, you're more prone to other issues. So the first thing to understand, which a lot of people don't get, is that type 2 diabetes can be healed. I didn't say cured, I said healed. What I'm saying is it can be healed. That is because when you're uh, 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 there's a pattern that got you to the type 2 diabetes, typically the consumption of food. So if you're a very high meat eater, that's going to basically the meat is going to clog your arteries, and as basically blood flow is going through, it should be going through your veins, your capillaries, getting to the rest of your body. You clog your body up, it becomes problematic. So with that,
You what?
Yeah. You what 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 were you doing before? That was the question. What were you doing before? And we need to change that over because the faster you the faster you start making these changes. In fact, I'm using that word literally. There is Dr. Jason Fung. He is a doctor who recommends that you do fasting. He has healed people from diabetes who just did fasting. You know, it's called a medical fast. He gets more into detail, but that helps. And also, Eric points out, talking about the sugar. That's an interesting thing about whenever we have a conversation about diabetes, it's always about sugar. One of the reasons why they it's a strange reason, but one of the reasons why we constantly talk about the sugar aspect of it is because once diabetes was first discovered or they realized what was going on, what they would do is look at wealthy people's urine because it will smell. They were sick, it's back in the medieval days and everything like that. Just remember that back in the day, the people with diabetes and other issues like that, they were always wealthy people because they were the ones who were eating the vast majority of meat. And now meat is available to everybody. So we have 12-year-olds who have diabetes. So anything that you eat, your body's going to turn into some form of glucose. That's the fuel that you need, your ATP, all this is some form of glucose, whatever you eat. So saying sugar is, well, if you eat an apple, healthy for you, well, it's going to turn into sugar. You eat carrot, healthy for you, sugar. Bell pepper, which is a fruit, by the way, you eat that for you, yeah, it's still going to be sugar. So, when you're talking about sugar, you need to be clear that the cause is meat. The symptom is sugar. Get that difference? So, I know a lot of people, this sounds strange to a lot of people. When I tell people that you can be healed from diabetes, they're in shock because their doctor said, yeah, you need to take this pill for the rest of your life. And those are the type of questions you need to ask yourself is when someone says you need to take something for the rest of your life, does that mean it works or it doesn't work? I mean, think about it. If you were to take your car to a mechanic and it's like, hey, something's going on with the engine, they take it, you come back a couple of days later, you got your car, you off and driving for 3 weeks. And then you come back and like 3 weeks later because there's something wrong with the engine. They're like, oh, we know what it is. Do some things, and then okay, here you go. And then a month later, you're back again because hey, this isn't working. Well, that's what when it comes to diabetes and a lot of different drugs that they say. It's like, why are you giving me a maintenance pill? Shouldn't I be getting over it? And the thing that gets you over it is changing your patterns. You have to look at that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, obviously, when it Eric Jr. has a good point. You know, the unhealthy sugars. Yeah, the unhealthy sugars. We don't need that anyway. One of the things about sugar, as far as a human experience, it's roughly 1,500 years old. That's it. Yeah, in the human experience, 1,500 years is roughly a second. I'm being facetious with the math, but it's very short period of time. So in India, they were taking sugar cane, making molasses out of it. It was discovered by Europeans. It was like, oh wow, sugar, yeah, and they were like little children just going crazy with it. And boom, next thing you know, it's in cereal. So it's all over the place. Uh huh. Yeah. Dr. CB. Hmm. Yeah. So when it comes to the diabetes, that is something. The first thing I will always tell you people to pay attention to is the meat. I understand you go to the American Diabetics Association website, and they have different products on there that are animal based. This is because they are supported by those industries. They're actually supported by the sugar industry, oddly enough, weirdly enough. But yeah, because the thing that they do realize is that once people understand that one, you can be healed. I mean, diabetes is huge. It's a huge money maker. If people realize they could be healed from it, it'd be a huge number of problems. Okay. But once again, I do want to welcome guys who are just hopping on. My name is Brian, aka Uncle B. This is Goodwood University Office Hours. We're going to be doing this a lot more often. We were doing this over the summer. I do want to just let you guys know something really quick. I'll be going in more detail with another video, but there is a war going on against us. They coming after us. And they are coming after us for real. And what I'm talking about is YouTube has made an agreement. I'm not sure with who, why they did this, but basically they're saying now the traditional medicine, um, that's all that's going to be taught. Well, I'm sorry, not traditional, the untraditional medicine, the new stuff. The medical profession, the drug industrial complex has taken over YouTube. So basically, before, if you went on to YouTube, you would type in testosterone, you type in erectile dysfunction, a video of mine would show up. And what was this video talking about? It was talking about the things you could do to overcome this naturally. Sunlight, walking, better sleep, better eating, all these different great things. They shut that down. If you type in testosterone or erectile dysfunction right now, nothing but doctors, medical associations, things like that, all of them basically telling you roughly the same thing. You need to get on our program and take our drugs. That's literally it. They have taken over drug overlords. Okay. Okay. No, no, no. We are back. And all right. That just lets you know how badly they're trying to get all this good information off the internet. Kicked us off. Uh, oh, my goodness. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Neil? Yes, I see I froze on you. What's going on, David? Yep. Yep. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Eric Jr. says, yes, true. It's promotion for them. Uh, yes. I froze, but I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Um, so yeah, fellas, that is what's going on. They are basically saying any information you're getting off of YouTube at this point, maybe other than these lives. Let me be very clear. They didn't take the videos and kick them off. They just changed the algorithm. So, and not only me, but other people who are alternative, even doctors who are giving out alternative information, they're shutting them down. Where Dr. Berg, Dr. Jason Fung, is it Dr. Rachel? It's like all of us were sitting over there giving out good information, and they just shut us all down. So they be very careful. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That would not only help us out in this cause in terms of, I mean, it's a fight now. I mean, they declared war on us. They were like, look, you gonna take our pills. You ain't got a choice. You're gonna take our pills. Um, that's not a good look. That's not a good look because what we try to do is get you to the point where you don't have to take the pills. That's what the whole thing should be about. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Neil, David, Eric, and Remnant. Um, and for anybody else who's just hopping on, this is office hours. My name is Coach Brian. Um, and this is what we do. We talk about men's sexual health, sexual performance, and relationships. So, but yeah, that is something that we have to be paying attention to. If you please support the channel. Before I didn't do a whole bunch of begging, like hit the subscribe button. I just tell you hit the subscribe button if you do it or not. But now we're in a situation where I need for you to hit the subscribe button, to hit the like button, so we can push this process. Before it was like the SEO, people looking for information. Now they can just come past the information. It's a completely different situation and setup. It's not ideal at all. Also, if you want to get more information, we do have the YouTube channel. You can subscribe to that. You can also go to we have Goodwood University, and we also have Goodwood itself. So Goodwood is an all natural liquid aphrodisiac. It's a supplement, but we also tell you how to supplement the supplement. That's the difference between us and just about everybody else. We sell a product that we want you to take just so it can accelerate your process to getting better. But after that, we don't need for you to be, taking a product for the rest of your life. It's an actual helpful product, and it comes from nature. We as human beings have already driven off species of animals and plants trying to get an erection. When it's really, just about us doing the right thing. So if you go to givegoodwood.com, we got the coupon code down there for you. Also, we have Goodwood University. Also, we have ECS 25, a whole video program that shows you how to get better every day by scoring yourself. So we have a lot of things for you. So let me see. All right, so we got my man. Even can you once in a while take something as a booster? When you say something, I assume you mean a supplement. And obviously, I'm going to recommend Goodwood. If you go to Goodwood, givegoodwood.com, we also have other supplements. We do have ashwagandha, black maca, um, uh, what else we have that Juan Paro. We have a bunch of great herbs, and that's our thing is to make sure you get the right one for you. The reason why we recommend Goodwood up front is because it has 8 different herbs in there. It typically helps overall. When it comes to taking herbs, you have to figure out which one works best for you. Some work better for some people than others. We can get to bioethnicity, which is like some things just work better for some people than others. So yeah, great question. We are coming in on the half an hour. Please go ahead, hop in, and let me know if you have any questions. Over the next couple of over the next month, we have some incredible stuff coming out, and that is the burpee challenge. That's right. We're gonna have a burpee challenge. We're gonna get down on the floor and get back up. I always say, if you're a man, you need to know how to do burpees. I know. Hey, you're a man. How you gonna tell me? I'm gonna tell you because if someone starts shooting, get down and get back up and run. That's what a burpee is. That's what a burpee is, preparing you to get out of the way. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have the burpee challenge that started October 9th. If you subscribe, you'll get more information. Hit the like button. We'll make sure that the video gets into your circulation. You go to givegoodwood.com. You can also get on our email list and get the information that way. But yeah, we're having the burpee challenge so that for a lot of guys, it's just about getting in shape. If you get your body back together, you don't have to worry about your erections. You can have all the fun that you want to. So Antoine Brown hits us up with the 100. So yeah, everybody, please join us. It's gonna be, we're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna have some fun with it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for real. But even for the guys who are like, I'm just too out of shape to do it, you do lay down. You can get back up. So if you just doing that 2 or 3 times a day, after a while, you'll get to a point where it just works for you. That's the way this works. So there we go. Guys, if you got any more questions, go ahead and hit me up really quick. And we will be going live again next Friday, 1 o'clock. Uh-huh. All right. Eric Jr. says, sure, bro. All right. Appreciate you all. Okay. So with that said, yeah, definitely look forward to seeing you guys next time. Okay, that's a good question. Antoine says grass drills. Yep, get down that grass. Get some grass stains all over your uniform immediately. All right, Eric Jr. says, all right, hope to join. Even got a question. The Goodwood Advanced is better, but I have 2 bottles of the old Goodwood, not the advanced one. Anything I take, it slows evacuation down. It slows ejaculation down. Oh yeah, yeah. Stamina. You got stamina. Um, Yes, old. Yeah, you got stamina. You take either one, depends on where you are. Good with advances for older guys. It has stinging nettle to help slow down that process of testosterone turning into estrogen that happens as you get older. That's why it costs a little bit more. But when it comes to, if you're younger and you just need to get things back up, the good wood will help you. But we have guys who take this for a workout. It will increase your stamina. You will last longer. In fact, I tell guys to be careful because I've experienced this. Where I took the good wood and went in, was having fun, and homegirl got wore out. I didn't let her know. So you need to let your wife know, let your girlfriend know. She'll be like, you know what, you lasted a lot longer. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Uh huh. All right. Neil Jones, I'll be back. Been subscribed for a few years now. Hey, I appreciate the support. And yeah, please spread the word. Please spread the word. We are going to get it in. So that's all I have for today. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to see you all again. Eric, even uh, Antoine, Mr. Brown Sr., Remnant, all of you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Uh, look forward to talking to you next Friday. We have a couple of videos coming out in between then. So stay tuned. All right. All right. Even I'll have to get back with you on that question. We always get the good questions right as we come to end, but that's what we have more time for at the next one. So talk to you guys soon. Peace out. Get your game up and go hard. Peace.